Hi everyone, Heather Steves here. Today I want to share with you a card that I'm making using the Stars and Sparklers card kit with just a few minor changes. So today I'm going to be making card number 4 from this kit. So I've got all my components ready. I've got my stamps and my matching thin cuts. I got my card base here, and I'm just taking a journaling pen and I'm drawing a little line at the top of the card, and that's going to give me my string to attach these little tassels on. So I decided to change up the colors just slightly for this kit. So I've added Sundance in, and Toffee and Scarlet are colors that are part of the kit already. And then the first step is to take this little tassel and create a string of tassels. So I'm inking the tassel, and then you can see me stamping off onto a scrap piece of paper. And then I'm stamping onto the next color. So because I'm stamping multiple colors with the same stamp, I need to be careful. If I get the stamp wet with the chamois, then it could leave a wet stain on my paper, and if it's got some of the color from the previous stamp, then it could just discolor the image that I'm stamping. So I'm just being careful doing that. I've got that all completed, and now I can move on to the next step in the instructions. So now that I put my little tassel away, I realize that I actually need to stamp 2 more of them to cut them out with my thin cut. So I'm doing that, and then I'm also grabbing the balloon, and I'm having a little bit of an issue here with the balloon. When I stamp it on the scrap piece of paper, I noticed that it's not stamping very cleanly. So I just grab my foam from my stamp and I slide it underneath my scrap piece of paper. And the reason I'm using the scrap piece of paper is because I need to stamp this in 2nd generation. So I don't want the solid Sundance color. I want a lighter version. And so then I'm going to stamp over top of it with these dots. But I would recommend, I think it's actually easier to stamp the dots first and then stamp the solid image over top. It just was, I think, a little bit easier to line up when I did one that way. So I'm also stamping the string, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut all of these out with their thin cuts and get them ready to go onto the card. One of the things that I really like about this stamp set is that it comes with 2 balloon thin cuts and 2 of the tassel thin cuts, so it just makes it a little bit faster. When you're running through the machine, you can do multiples instead of just one at a time. It just makes time saving and makes it a little bit easier to do things. So now I'm ready to go ahead and start to assemble the rest of the components for the card. So I'm adding the striped piece at the bottom, and then I've taken a piece of the zip strip and I've added that as well. And now I'm going to take my die cut pieces. I'm going to add some foam tape to the balloon, but then once I get that in place, I realized that I probably should have stamped the sentiment first. But luckily I have plenty of room there, so I'm going to go ahead and get that stamped on there, and then I can attach the rest of the pieces. I'm looking at the balloon string, and I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to use foam tape, but in the end I decided it was better just to put it down flat, so I just used some liquid adhesive, glued that down, and then I added foam tape to the tassels to attach them and give them the dimension as well. So the last little component is to add these glitter stars, and so I was pretty impressed when I got these. When you flip them over, you can see where they've been, I think, laser cut, and but when you look at the glitter side, you can't even notice that the paper's cut out. So they pop out really easy. Just put on a little bit of liquid adhesive and stick them down, and then my card is complete. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and click the little bell to get notified when I post more videos. Have a wonderful day.